Hello and welcome to another episode of the e-commerce coffee break. We want to talk today about conversion rates and we want to talk about visitor behavior. Now, most of you have used any kind of paid ads platform like Meta, Facebook, or Google Ads in the past, and you might be well aware of any kind of audiences that you have. That might be lookalike audiences, that might be custom audience, any kind of audience that you use, for instance, to retarget your visitor and then hopefully getting them back to buy from you. So this is in general the topic we'll talk about today. And with me, I have Tayib. He is the Chief Marketing Officer of Enhencer. He has been working there for 5 years, has started as an intern in 2017 and has been an integral part of the company's growth journey. Tayib holds a bachelor degree in statistics and a master's degree in data science. His expertise and dedication has been crucial to the success of the company, and he's proud to be part of Enhencer's vision for the future. So Enhencer, the name already tells it, enhancing your conversion will help us there to see what we can find out on how to get more conversions. So let's say hello to Tayib. Tayib, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And thanks for having me in the podcast.
You're welcome. Tell me a little bit of your journey into the world of Meta ads, Facebook ads, Google ads.
So as a company, we actually started as a project-based company back in 2015, before I was joined. And after that, we were doing some projects for, let's say, big companies, insurance companies, automobile companies. And each of these projects were data science based, but they were kind of dying out in the whole data science awakening era. The reason is people started to do this in-house, and there are a lot of tools that actually helping them do these kind of projects internally. So as a dying industry, we actually thought, how can we take our expertise and make it to a broader broader audience and scale it so that we can reach globally. So that was our purpose. And after that, we started to see that in Turkey, e-commerce, there's a lot of gap between the, let's say, audience optimization and campaign optimization. And there is a lack of knowledge as well. So we thought our expertise of data science, we can integrate it into the e-commerce industry and see how how we can actually benefit the whole industry and the companies. So that's how we actually started the whole e-commerce and enhancer thing. Before, it wasn't even called enhancer.
Now, if we talk about Meta, everyone knows the story with iOS updates. Since about 2 years or so, things have become a little more tricky. In the past, it was quite easy to have just creating audiences, lookalike audiences, and then the third-party cookies fell away, and now it's becoming more and more difficult to find the right audiences. You found a solution to help with that. Tell me a little bit what the original problem is, why audiences were not that easy to find anymore, and what you have developed to help with better targeting.
So there is actually two ways to look into the situation. One is with the iOS restriction, one is without the restriction. So let me first explain without the restriction, because it's much more simpler to explain. So what happens is, in e-commerce companies, people actually try to advertise their product to their audiences. If it has a certain amount of traffic, it tries to retarget these audiences that come to their website or application, or let's say Instagram page. So what happens is, Facebook generally provides 2 or 3 basic audiences, like all website visitors, product viewers, add to cart, and previous purchases. So in these 3 scenarios, what happens is, if you go to your all website visitors, there are a lot of visitors that doesn't end up buying from your website because they are not simply interested in the product. Some of them might have come accidentally from some links on the outsource. And some of them are they find the price to be not suitable for their taste, let's say. And in these kind of scenarios, when you launch your campaign to all website visitors, you will be wasting a lot of money on the people that actually doesn't buy anything. Another issue is that in these Facebook and Google Ads platforms, they charge you based on the reach and the impression you make. So the broader the reach, let's say you are reaching 1,000 people, it will charge you differently if you reach 5,000 people. regardless of the relevancy of the reach. Because Facebook says like, I showed 5,000 people your ads 5 times, give me this much money. Doesn't matter if this 5,000 people is relevant or not. So what happens in product viewer is, just because a person actually looked at a product doesn't mean they're going to buy it from your website. They might find some competitive price elsewhere. They might find the comment section in the review to be, let's say, not positive. So a lot of factors actually affect into the decision of buying a product from the website. And add to cart is like, it's so small generally that Facebook cannot even optimize it well. And when it cannot optimize it, it kind of stucks into the learning limited phase. So that's where the problem lies. This is without the restriction. So with the iOS restriction, there is another step of, like, let's say, difficulty, because you are missing out on the people that come from iOS devices. That's actually crucial for a business, because you're already going to miss out a large portion of your audience. Also, you will not be reaching your full potential if you're reaching the all website visitors. So that's where we have come up with the solution enhancer. So do I go into full technical details or just like high level explanation? That would be my first question.
I think we should start with a high level one, and then we can go a little bit deeper into the technical. So let me ask a question. So that was a very good introduction on where the problem lies. And I think that gives a good overview for the listener to understand that what Meta, Facebook, and Google Ads offer out of the box might be suboptimal for the potential that they can have in reaching the right customer. Now, if we go a little bit deeper into this, and now we're talking about creating the audiences and the right audiences, the ones that are really most likely to convert, how do you help with that?
Okay. So this is where, like, we thought of the enhancer as a solution for these companies. So what actually happens is, when a person comes to your website, let's say they looked into a certain product, looked into a certain product category, looked into a certain page, or let's say went down to the bottom of the page to read the reviews. So these are all some behaviors of the visitors that come to the website. So what enhancer does is take those behaviors and analyze what kind of behaviors in the website leads to a purchase, and what kind of a behavior doesn't lead to a purchase. So it's like primarily based on behavior analysis using artificial intelligence, like algorithms. So in this scenario, when a person comes to your website and doesn't behave that interested, he or she will be excluded from the enhancer audience. If another person comes to the website and they, let's say, looked at a certain t-shirt category product, but did not look at, let's say, jeans pants product, so that person might have a higher score of purchasing something from the t-shirt category. So that gets included in the audience that you will be targeted using the campaigns. So this is all behavior based. So let me give another example using the demographic situation. So Facebook also keeps tracks of the people who actually spend online and their like profiles and everything. We don't know that, but Facebook does definitely know it. So if you are, let's say, rich and you go into a website that sells computer mouses, you have the capability of purchasing all 10,000 of them, but you don't actually need them. At the same time, as, let's say, high school guy who actually needs a mouse will go to the website, their behavior will actually dictate whether that person is going to buy or not, whether they're interested in the product or not, regardless of the factor of their, let's say, budgetary or monetary like aspects of their wealth. So this is where the behavior is actually more important than the demographic itself. So what enhancer does, if even that rich person comes to the website and doesn't actually show the behavior that leads to a purchase of the computer mouse, then he or she will not be included in the target audience at the end of the day. So that's how the high-level explanation will be for enhancer.
Okay, so I see some similarities to a good salesperson in a brick and mortar store. They probably will be able to tell if somebody comes into the shop and how they behave, how they walk around in the store, if they're likely to buy something or not. And I think that's where you're going with the AI. So with the behavior, you can find the most valuable visitors, and then obviously you attend all your attention basically to these specific ones, and you don't spend money on the ones that probably will not buy from you anyway. So how long does the sort of self-learning time take before the AI kicks in?
Okay, so that's like changes based on the traffic of the website itself. The biggest handicap of AI algorithm is like it needs data. So the bare minimum we actually accept is like 30,000 page views per month. When you have 30,000 page views per month, the algorithm is able to learn it, let's say within 2 weeks of time, and then send those audiences into your Facebook and Google ad managers, where you can use them in your campaigns. So if your traffic is much more, it can learn it within 2 days even. So it's completely dependent on the traffic.
Okay.
As the time progresses, let's say you have 30,000 page views, but after 3 months, it went to 100,000 and like more than 100,000 page views. The algorithm doesn't stop learning. So it keeps learning it updates its, let's say, audience segments each week. The reason is, let's say a seasonal holiday came up and the trend in the industry changed. The behavior inside the website changed due to some kind of coupon or anything, and new product might have attracted a lot of interest. So due to this trend and seasonal changes, we decided to implement a weekly update. So in the last couple of days, or let's say 7 days, if the website traffic had changed, the behavior had changed, the algorithm will acknowledge that, and it will actually update the segments. As a result, it will update the campaign as well, because it's using the enhencer audience in its, let's say, target audience section.
Okay, so you said it's not just the plain add to cart visitor or page visitor. You create segments that can be much more in detail on what it contains. Can you give me just an example on how a transparent a segment can look like?
Okay, so we provide these behaviors and the individual segments pretty transparently. So if you log into our product in the application itself, there is a dashboard that contains, let's say, 50 segments for your whole website. So out of this 50 segments, there will be 50 different behavior, let's say, sets. The first set represents the behavior for the first segment, which is like, okay, they have looked into a product category under, let's say, t-shirt. They haven't looked at a product category under glasses. So this kind of behavior. Also, if a person comes back, let's say after 7 days to your website, that is also another behavior. That person came back to your website. So I'm just giving 3 examples from top of my head, but there are more than 200 behavior that we actually look into before deciding what goes into a segment or not. So this behavior will be given to you in a transparent way. And then when you select those segments and send it to Facebook, Facebook knows which person to target and which person to avoid. That's the general premise. But these behavior will actually also help you understand what works in the website. So if you have a website structure that doesn't work, this kind of behavior actually highlights those issues as well.
Okay, no, that's a very important point, and I think that's a very valuable result that you get. That you can basically go back to your website and start then doing conversion rate optimization. Let's talk a little bit about results. What are kind of average results that you see with your clients?
So we have been actually working with more than 250 companies around the world. So the bare minimum we have seen is ROAS value, return on ad spending, go at least way above double. So in some cases, we have seen 5 times, in some cases, we have seen 10 times, but we have never seen like a return on ad spending that goes below 2. In very rare cases where the price of the product is so low that even if you spend a lot of money on it, you won't get the return out of it because of the price of the product. In general cases, we have seen the ROAS to go up like at least double or 3 times even.
Okay. Now, from the technical implementation, I understand you link into WooCommerce, you link into Shopify. Give me an overview of what kind of integrations you offer for different platforms.
So if a Shopify merchant actually wants to take benefit of this service, they can simply go to the marketplace and search enhencer and it will pop up. Once they install the app, the integration itself is done automatically. So they don't have to do anything. They have to do only 2 things. The first is integrate Google conversion ID, copy it from the Google Ads account, and then paste it in enhancer, and the audience will be sent to Google as well in that regard. Another manual, let's say, integration they have to do is create a custom audience in those Facebook or Google Ad platforms that is linked to enhancer. And this is just a one-time job. So after that, enhancer knows I have to send these audiences to this particular custom audience. So it will be real-time link, let's say. And if you're not from Shopify or WooCommerce, in that case, our developer team actually does the integration for you. So we generally ask for Google Tag Manager access and to our email addresses, and then our team does the integration within 15 minutes or so, and then you're good to go. The data starts to flow. The pixel is also integrated in those scenarios. Google conversion tag is also done in those 15 minutes. So it's the onboarding itself is like 15 minutes.
Okay, you said that the obviously you need to create data before the algorithm really can kick in. And it depends on how much, obviously, you're driving traffic to your platform. Now, on the opposite side, how much budget do you need to calculate from then retargeting and spending on Meta to really make the most out of Enhancer?
So it actually depends on the industry itself, to be honest. So what happens is, if you are launching a campaign with a lot of budget, and if you have spare budget, then let's say you have $100, you want to spend it, but your reach is, let's say, only 1,000 people. That only takes $20 to reach. So what Facebook will do is reach those people 5 times to spend the budget. So we don't say that you have to spend $1,000, you have to spend $500. What we say is, if you used to spend $100, you can keep spending the $100, but since your reach has changed and the people are actually interested in your product, you won't need to show the ads 5 times. You might have to show the ads to 2 or 3 times because they're already interested. We are pointing out those people for you. Mm-hmm. And in that case, the budget is kind of utilized better on the target audience you are going to change. So in that way, we're not actually increasing or lowering your budget, but we are kind of optimizing the budget so it gets spent on the right people only.
Okay. Now, you're coming from the data science side of things, and AI is really taking over huge parts of the e-commerce side. So what's your prediction? I want to know for this year, 2023, how much will AI take over the part or make the life easier for a e-commerce store owner?
So I have actually seen this question pop up a lot recently due to the ChatGPT explosion that we lived 2 weeks back. So my best guess for this year and onwards is that none of this AI will actually replace the human, because I myself had masters in the data science. I have already worked in this kind of algorithms. So what it will help is for e-commerce industry, let's talk about this. So for the performance marketing experts, they are worried that their work will be taken over by AI. Let's say ad creative is done by AI. The targeting itself is also done by AI. But to be honest, it's not going to replace them. It's only going to make their work much, let's say, faster. So if there is a tedious work, so in this case, let me give an example for the target audience selection. You can do this manually in Google Ads as well, but it's going to take a long time for you to arrange these behaviors, analyze them, and then create an audience for you. So it might take hours, even days. So in that case, we're not actually taking away your whole perspective of the target audience. We're just making it easier for you to access and target your campaigns with. For the ad creatives part as well, it's not going to replace the, let's say, content creators, but it's going to help them brainstorm and get ideas more faster and see a first, let's say, draft of the work they're going to produce. And then this AI can create the first, let's say, skeleton for these kind of scenarios. They can build on the skeletons using human touch and then perfect it. But do it in, let's say, 5 minutes, where you could do it in the previous, let's say, 1 hour. So that's the biggest impact we will see in terms of AI and the industry takeover that everyone is scared about. So if you are a performance marketing expert or graphics designer, you don't have to worry. You can make your work much faster with these kind of tools because it's never going to take over the human creativity.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I totally agree what you just said. AI tools, and I'm using them in my own business. They just help making things much, much faster. You still have to have the final check on it if you're happy with it. And I totally agree, the human factor will not go away. Now, where can people find out more about Enhencer? And tell me also a little bit on the pricing structure.
So you can look up Enhencer in the website called www.enhencer.com, or you can go to Shopify Marketplace and search Enhencer. You will be able to see the application there, and from there you can go to the website as well. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can go to our website and book a demo with us, and our team will get back to you with addressing your questions and answers. And for the pricing structure, we have a subscription-based model. So it's you can cancel it anytime if you're not happy with the product. The pricing structure is based on monthly page view. The reason is, as I said earlier, after the integration is done, the enhancer algorithm collects those data in a real time, analyzes them in real time, and sends them to Facebook and Google Ads in real time. So this whole process is based on number of page views you have. So that's what actually drives our server cost, to be honest. So that's why our pricing structure is based on monthly page view. So if you're coming from Shopify, if I'm not mistaken, up to 25,000 page view, the pricing is $99. So at the moment, we have 3 pricing structures: small, medium, and large. So if you are coming from Shopify, you will find 4, because Shopify adds another package, but for the website pricing, it's 3 pricing packages. More or less, it's the same. So it's based on monthly page view. And if your page view goes up after 6 months, then we will notify you that your page view is it's increased. That's a good thing, actually, because it means you're gaining a lot of traffic and sales. So it's a bittersweet moment. Your cost will go up, but your profit will also go up. So if they want to find more about Enhencer, your audiences can actually search Enhencer in Google as well. Also, they can go to www.enhencer.com.
Cool. I will put the links in the show notes, and then just one click away. And then I would recommend that people just get in contact with you for a demo. And I saw on your website, there's also a video which explains the process and the benefits of using Enhencer. Hey, thanks so much for diving into the world of audiences and getting the right person to the store. Really like the content. I think people have to listen twice to the episode because there's so much good content in there. Thanks so much for your time, and have a great day.
Thanks for having me. Have a good day. Bye.
Hey, Klaus here. Before you go, I would like to invite you to become part of the e-commerce merchant pro community to get actionable advice from other Shopify merchants who already have achieved what you are aiming for. Our community is a safe place to actively grow your online retail business with the support of the most amazing and helpful group of e-commerce entrepreneurs behind you. Running a Shopify business is tough. Don't do it alone. Join us now. You will find the link in the show notes. Also, if you think your online store has conversion or marketing issues and you would like to have a fresh set of eyes on your business, then drop me an email at klaus@klauslauter.com and let me know a little bit about your business. It might be beneficial for you to have me look over your store, offers, emails, and ads, and get an unbiased outside perspective and guidance to help you make most of your online business. Thank you as always for tuning in today. I appreciate you. Until next time, and I talk to you soon.